Hi, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Erica. Thank you so much for clicking on my video. I would love to have you subscribe, like, comment, and if you're returning, welcome back. Thank you so much for being here. So today's video is going to be a collab. I am collabing for the first time with my dear friend Kim. Her channel name is Kim's Happy Place, formerly known as Kimmy's Boxes. And I've been watching Kim for a very long time now. I just love all the fun things that she does on her channel. Two of my favorite things that she does is show her viewers her friend mail. She's got a lot of really cool friends and they send her some really amazing stuff. And then she also does fashion hauls on occasion. And she and I have very similar tastes in clothing. So it's always really fun to see like what top she's picked out. And she's giving me some really good ideas for things that I would like to try myself. I've wanted to do a collab with her for a very long time, but honestly, I was really nervous to ask her. I was kind of intimidated by her. I'm a total fan of her, so I was kind of like fangirling, you know. It's kind of like, oh my gosh, what if I ask her and she says no? I'm gonna feel like a total jerk and go sit in the corner and cry. But I did finally get the nerve to ask him to collab with me, and she said yes. And she came up with the best idea. She said, why don't we create eye looks with our favorite eyeshadow color? And I thought, Kim, that is amazing. So she has chosen purple. Now I'm not exactly sure what palette she's using. She may have told me, but I'm 48 years old now. I just turned 48 on July 12th, and my brain's turning into a big puddle of goo. So if she did tell me, I don't recall that, but I'm really excited to watch her video and see what she's gonna create and what palette she's gonna use. Of course, I will have her video and her channel linked in my description box. And I am going to be using green eyeshadow because green is my favorite color, and I love green eyeshadows more than anything else in this world. Okay, that might be a little bit of an exaggeration, but not much. So the palette that I'm going to be using is the BH Cosmetics Sweet Shoppe Pistachio palette. And I don't know why I have never used this palette on my channel before. It's my favorite green eyeshadow palette that I have in my collection. And it's probably in my top 10, maybe 5 eyeshadow palettes that I own in my collection. I just love it. The mattes and the shimmers perform beautifully. I missed out on this palette when it very first got released, but when it re-released, I was all over this baby. And I'm really excited to use this today in my video for you guys. So if you are interested to see my look come together using the BH Cosmetics Sweet Shoppe Pistachio palette for my favorite eyeshadow color collab with Kim from Kim's Happy Place, then please sit back, relax, and let's get started. All right, let's get started with this look using the BH Cosmetics Sweet Shoppe Pistachio palette. Now, all of my face makeup is on, my eyelid is primed in the Queen Nubia Cosmetics eyeshadow base, and my brows are done. And that will all be listed in the description box. All right, I think what I'm gonna do is start off with this shade right here called Nutty. I'm gonna put that in my outer V into my transition area. And I'm just gonna chat with you guys a little bit about Kim first here. Kim is amazing. Now, I think I found her, oh gosh, several months ago. I mean, I've been watching her for quite a while. And like I said, her channel used to be Kimmy's Boxes. And I can't remember exactly why she wanted to change her name. I think I don't know, she just kind of wanted to include, you know, other things besides just, you know, boxes, because she does all kinds of fun things on her channel. And I thought that was a really good idea. And Kim's Happy Place is perfect because when you watch her videos, you do feel like you are in not just her happy place, but your happy place. I just love watching her. She's really fun. She's very laid back, really easy to listen to. She's just very, I don't know, down to earth. And I just feel like I've known her forever. It's like watching a really good friend every time I watch one of her videos. And I do consider her a really good friend. She's just amazing. And when she said yes, that she would collab with me, I was just over the moon because I've been wanting to ask her for a really long time. But I don't know, I kind of get in my head about things and I thought, you know, what if she says no? Like, how do I even know that she even really likes me or my content? And I just thought, well, you know, if she says no, she says no and I'll be okay. But luckily she said yes. And this is a beautiful green matte. I just really like how this whole palette performs. The mattes blend out really nicely and they're very like vibrant, nicely pigmented. BH Cosmetics nailed it with these palettes. I have all of them now except for the kind of like brownish toned one, the more neutral palette. This is the only one that I got off the actual like BH Cosmetics website. Around middle of December last year, I happened to go into Marshall's just to do some Christmas shopping. And I went over to the makeup counter, or the makeup, no, it's not a counter, it's like the makeup shelves, whatever section. And all of them all of the BH Cosmetics Sweet Shop palettes, except for the brown one. The blue one, the cotton candy, the blue one's bubblegum, the cotton candy one that's like the pink and purple, cherry on top, which is the red color story, and orange sorbet. We're all just sitting there. And they were like, I think $6.99 a piece, $5.99 a piece, something like that. So I feel like I got a great deal on those eyeshadow palettes. And I'm just thrilled that I have them all in my collection now. Now I'm going to switch brushes here, and I think what I'm going to do is go into Cone or Cup and just put a little bit of this in my outer V. Just kind of deepen that area up a little bit. I'm kind of shocked that with as much as I love green eyeshadow palettes, I haven't done more green looks on my channel. I think this is what, my second, maybe third green look that I've ever done. I did use the ColourPop Boston Celtics palette and created a look with that, which I really like that palette. I have not used that since I created my video with that palette. I need to use it again. I think what happens is I just, you know, kind of plan things out, and I guess green eyeshadows just aren't really in my plans all the time. I don't know why. And I don't know what the weather is like where you guys live, but right now it is so hot here. Ugh, it's awful. And all I can say is I'm so lucky and so blessed that I have air conditioning in my house, because it was like, I think 94 degrees here today, 93, 94, and it's supposed to be like in the 90s all week. And I just do not do well with heat at all. Like, I got home from work today and all of our light bulbs burned out in my house, like within the last 2 days. I don't understand how that happens. In my kitchen, all of our lights burned out, just whammo. Like, we have like those kind of like recessed lights that are in the ceiling, and there's probably what, I think 8, and every single one of them burned out within like, I don't know, 48 hours of each other. Then we had a lamp in our family room, or living room, I guess it's called, burn out, light bulb in the lamp. So we had to replace that. The hallway light bulb burned out. This light burned out, the one in the ceiling in here. I was like, what in the world is going on? So after work, I went and got light bulbs, and I was just changing the light bulbs, and the air conditioner's on in here. And I was a sweaty mess. I was like, how am I going to film a video if I'm a sweaty mess? But luckily I was able to, you know, kind of calm down and relax and not be a sweaty pile during this video. And I'm just going to go back into Nutty and just kind of blend that out just a little bit more, just so it's a little bit more diffused looking there. Now let's do some fun shimmers on the lid, shall we? I think I'm going to start off with, gosh, do I want Crunch or Treat? I think I'm going to start off with Crunch and put that towards the latter half of the lid there. And I know where Steph lives in the UK, it is just, I mean, ungodly hot, and they don't really get weather like that there. I talked to her this morning before I got ready for work, and she was just like, you would not believe how hot it is here right now. And I'm like, oh no, that's horrible. And that is such a beautiful shimmer. I just love everything about this palette. The shimmers, the mattes, everything. This is very like metallic looking, and it's just stunning. And there's really no fallout at all. It just makes me so happy. So now I'm just gonna flip this brush over, and I think I am gonna go into Treat. And then I think I'm gonna go into Sweet Life and put that towards the very front part of the lid there. Let me spray this as well. Just kind of wanted a nice gradient across the lid. Put this right here. And this is really pretty. This is like a bright Kelly green, which I just love this shade. I know I'm going to say that probably 4,000 times while I make this look, is I love this shade. Okay, now let me grab another little brush here, and I'm going to go into Sweet Life. This is this very sparkly kind of, I don't know, yellowy green shade. And I'm going to put that down towards the, look at that, towards the front part of the lid. Spray that, of course, too. And I'm just going to put this right here. Ooh, yeah. Just a little bit of brightness towards the front of the lid. It is so pretty. I love that. And these mush together really well just with the brush. Like, I don't even really have to use my finger. I love it. Okay, now I'm going to grab a fluffier brush here, this fluffy Luxie brush. I love this. And I'm going to go into this shade called Soft Serve. I'm going to put that down towards the outer part of, what was that, Nutty? And put that out here. Just kind of lighten that up a little bit. And, you know, I know that monochromatic looks might not be everybody's favorite. You know, I think some people kind of go, oh yeah, great, it's an all green look. But I don't know. I love doing monochromatic looks. It's really fun. And because I love green so much, this is just wonderful. These shades blend together so beautifully. I just love how this palette performs. Like everybody just plays so nicely together in this little palette. And you know what's weird? I still have not used the blue one, the bubblegum palette. I've got to get off my lazy butt and get that off my shelf and use that in a video too. If you guys would be interested to see me use the bubblegum palette, let me know. Now I'm going to do my lower lash line. I'm going to start off with my waterline, of course, and use the ColourPop Cream Gel Liner, yes, in the shade Icebreaker. And I do have a little bit of fallout under my eye from the that shimmer shade towards the front. What was that called? Soft Serve? No, that was Sweet Life. Sweet Life. That kind of came down a little bit. But you know what? I'm going to cover that up anyway, so I'm not really worried about that. Let's go ahead and put this down here. This is a great waterline shade, and I just thought very appropriate for the green eye look. Now I'm going to go into Nutty and put that across my entire lower lash line. And you know, it's so bizarre because when I was a kid, nobody I knew, nobody had air conditioning. I mean, that was like a huge luxury. Like really wealthy people had air conditioning, but like the average Joe did not have air conditioning. And I think I was probably in high school maybe, when we moved into like this little condominium, cute little like 2-story 3-bedroom little condominium after my parents got divorced. And that house was the first house I ever lived in that had air conditioning. And it wasn't the greatest air conditioning system in the world, but you know, it kept us cool. It worked just fine. And then it just kind of became like a normal thing for houses to have air conditioning here. And now if I had to live without air conditioning, I would be a wreck, an absolute wreck. Now I'm going to go back into Cone or Cup and put that towards the outer part of the lower lash line here. Just kind of deepen that up a little bit. And my air conditioning at work hasn't been working very well. I mean, it's kind of working, but not really. It's just like, are you kidding me? And I have windows behind me that kind of blast me with some sun for part of the day. And today I just thought, oh my God, oh, get me out of here. So now I'm gonna go into this shade called Dessert and put that in my inner corner. And I think I will spray this because this is, I don't know, it's not really flaky, but I don't know. I just don't want to have to deal with fallout. You know, we've gotten this far without fallout. Let's just keep the train moving. Okay. I'm just going to dab that in the inner corner here. That is beautiful. Oh, yes. I am in my happy place right now because I am using my favorite color of eyeshadow ever. Okay, so I feel like I'm pretty much done with this eye look. Yes, I'm gonna go off camera. I will do my other eye, add the finishing touches, and I will come back and show you how my favorite eyeshadow color look came together. All right, I am back, and this is the finished look, and I love how this look turned out. This was so much fun. I love using green eyeshadows. I don't know why I don't do it more often on my channel, but I'm really happy that Kim came up with this wonderful idea to create eye looks using our favorite eyeshadow color for our collab video today. Now, before I do talk about the eyeshadow palette again, I did want to go over a few things quickly that I used in my finished look today. For the liner on my upper lid, you guessed it, the Ciate London Fierce Flicks Felt Tip Liquid Liner in the shade Black. I've talked about this too many times. I'm just gonna say I love it. It's amazing. And let's move on. For my mascara, I use the Big Papa mascara from Wet n Wild. I don't use this as much as I used to, but every so often I'll just pull this bad boy out and use it. I love it. I think it makes my lashes look incredible, very affordable. It's just a really nice mascara. And then for my lips, I use the Queen Nubia Cosmetics liquid lipstick in the shade Prosperity. This is the second time I've used this. I don't know. I'm not real wild and crazy with my lip colors typically. The last time I used this was when I created the look with the Boston Celtics palette, which is an all green color story as well. So I'm not trying to like copy the look that I did in that video, but this is just sitting in my drawer. I'm like, why am I not using this? So I figured if I'm gonna do an all green eye look, why not pull out a really fun lip shade and put this on? And so I did, and I love Queen Nubia Cosmetics liquid lipsticks. They are amazing. Now let's talk about the eyeshadow palette one more time. I use the BH Cosmetics Sweet Shoppe Pistachio palette for this look, and I'm so glad that Kim came up with the idea to use our favorite eyeshadow color for our collab today, because I love this palette. I don't use it enough. I'm so happy that I have it. Green eyeshadows are my absolute favorite. This is just my bae. It's my bae. Now I used every single shade in this palette, except for this one right here called Guilty Pleasure, which I don't really know why I didn't use it. I guess I just didn't feel that it was necessary. I used this shade called Nutty in my transition area, and a little bit in my outer V, also on my lower lash line. I used Cone or Cup in my outer V into my transition area and also on my lower lash line. I used Crunch and Treat as a combo on the lid, and I also put Sweet Life towards the front part of the lid there. I used Dessert as my inner corner shade, and then I used this shade here called Soft Serve to blend out this shade called Nutty. The mattes in this palette, they blend out like a dream. I mean, they kind of just blend themselves almost. And the shimmers are so vibrant and metallic and foiled looking. I mean, there was hardly any fallout, really no fallout at all. Just a little bit with this shade here towards the front of the lower lash line. And I could have cared less because I think it kind of added a little bit of sparkle down there anyway. And that's typically what I do with my shimmers. I usually put a little bit towards the front part of the lower lash line. So that just kind of saved me a little bit of work there. And this palette, if you don't have it, I don't know where you would find it because it's no longer available. And I think maybe that's why I really haven't used it before on my channel, because I think if you can't find these like at Ross's or Marshall's or TJ Maxx, I don't know where you would get them. I have looked on the BH Cosmetics website, which I think is probably going to be defunct here pretty soon, I would assume. And I haven't seen these for a really long time, but I'm telling you, this is such a great palette, and I'm just really happy that I have it. And I do have that kind of weird relationship with this palette where I want to save it forever, so I don't really want to use it, but I love it so much that I want to use it. It makes no sense, and I really hope I like outgrow that weird thought process that goes on in my head. I cannot wait to watch Kim's video and see the palette that she used to create her purple eye look. She loves purple eyeshadows the best, and I'm really excited to watch her video. I will have her video and her channel, like I said, linked in my description box. If you guys have not subscribed to Kim yet, I don't know what you're waiting for. You really need to go to her channel and subscribe. She is so much fun to watch. She is so down to earth. She's beautiful. She's funny. She's got a great sense of humor, great fashion sense. And she just does a lot of really cool, fun, uplifting things on her channel. So I highly recommend going and subscribing and binge watching her videos. And I really hope that Kim and I can do another collab together, many more collabs together throughout our YouTube journey together. Thank you guys so much for taking time out of your busy day or evening to sit down and watch my video. It always means the world to me. If you have subscribed or you would like to subscribe, do not forget to hit the notification bell. That way you're aware of all of my future uploads. I cannot wait to see you guys again in my next video, but in the meantime, please take care of yourself, be well, safe, happy, and I really hope to see you very soon. Thanks again, you guys. Take care. Bye.
Drop it.